Welcome to 2 out of 3 Recommend. I'm Lee.
And I'm Brett.
We're two brothers out of three getting together to chat
And recommend drinks, movies, shows, and things to keep you busy.
Welcome to another episode of 2 out of 3 Recommend. Hello, Brett.
Hello, Lee. How are you?
Good, thank you. We are now on a new feed.
Yep.
If you are listening to this in the Two Drink Cinema feed, there's been a couple of other changes. If you're listening to this in the Two Drink Cinema feed, then this is a bonus. But if you like it, click on the link in the episode description to get over to the 2 out of 3 Recommend feed.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit of technical things going on there.
Cool.
As we work out our new structures and our new formats.
Yep.
So if you're a Two Drink Cinema fan, you'll still get one a week. If you're a 2 out of 3 Recommend fan, you'll get one a week.
Cool.
What drink would you like to recommend to me today? It's your turn to recommend a drink.
Last time we talked about how I went to a beer festival and don't drink beer.
Yes.
But, so I thought I would bring along something that I discovered at that thing that's not beer.
You only I know of this, Bilson's,
Yeah.
but you've just kind of discovered it.
Well, I knew that they were a cordial kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know then they had alcohol.
Well, yeah, cordial and alcohol's a winner.
So I brought along, they have so many different flavours. It's ridiculous.
And they are very Victorian,
Yes.
handcrafted in Beechworth.
Yeah.
I have had these recommended to me before, but I haven't tried this flavour.
There's a lot of different flavours.
I've tried...
And the ginger beer they've got that's pretty good, but I couldn't find that in the bottle shop.
I've tried I think just like a raspberry one.
There is some sort of raspberry one. There's like Portello, sarsaparilla, grapefruit, watermelon.
I want to have a go at the Portello one.
Yeah.
But
and I also just like how they look.
Yeah, they're cool.
Quite gay.
And it is Pride Month.
There you go.
So happy Pride, Bilson's.
Padam to all our friends out there.
That is so the like...
You have no idea, Lee. I'm obsessed.
Well, everyone is obsessed with the song. People, like, I was at the pub Friday night.
You know?
People were using it to say hello.
Yeah. People are like, how are you feeling? It's like, oh, feeling very Padam.
And it's a good thing, yeah?
Padam.
Yeah.
I feel it. It's the sound of your heart beating.
Kylie's new song,
Any
which we do
heterosexuals
recommend.
listening, we will translate that for you in the future.
Any heterosexuals listening, just listen to Kylie. It doesn't make you gay.
This last song is pretty gay, though.
There's a new meme.
She knows what she's doing.
There's a new meme format that's come out, and people are taking moments from media, TV, film, music, etc., that have been their sexual awakening moments.
Oh, yep.
But it says, a rainbow T-shirt at Target won't turn you gay, but Gillian Anderson as Dana Scully might.
I saw one.
Pictures of her looking hot in her FBI suit and stuff.
I saw one today that was rainbow T-shirt at Pride won't make you gay, but Tom Holland's ass and spandex will.
Yep, I saw that one as well. So a rainbow fruit tangle
from Bilson's
might not make you gay, but don't drink it while you're listening to Padam.
Because then it will.
Then
there's like a chemical reaction.
All right, cheers. Oh, the cans open well. That's always a plus.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah. I'm all for that. Because it's got the flavour of like the fruit tingle cocktail, but it also has the fizziness of the actual fruit tingle lolly.
And
but it's got an A in it, so copyright's okay.
In the future, listeners, we will probably try something that isn't for people with a sweet tooth.
Yeah, but also like it's what we recommend.
Yeah.
And it's probably the second brother that has the least sweet tooth.
That's true.
He's a beer drinker and a coffee drinker, so the more bitter drinks
I like it.
His.
It's very
easy
to drink as well.
Lucky there's 4 of them. Okay, so let's chat about what we recommended last week.
Yes. So I recommended to you Jury Duty and the general listeners.
It is the best show I've watched in a very long time.
Thank you. Good. Winner.
After we stopped
I win
recording,
this episode.
After we stopped recording, I thought I'll watch a couple of episodes, and you said, "Oh, I'm happy to watch again."
Yeah, I'll watch it again.
But then you went home, and so Shane and I watched another couple of episodes, and then watched all of it.
Yeah.
And we were up till 1 o'clock in the morning. It's hilarious, but also so well done.
Yeah.
The guy, he is the best man in the world.
Yeah, the way he goes along with things, and it's just like the weird guy that's got all the gadgets.
Oh, yeah.
He's just like, yeah,
body
give it a
mod
go,
guy.
mate. Give it a, you know.
Yeah, he just like is super supportive of everyone.
Yeah.
And he's just like the guy that has the girlfriend that's cheating. He's just like, oh, maybe she's cheating on you. Maybe move on. Maybe say something.
And then he's on the phone to her. Like,
Yeah, trying to help him
great.
out and trying to help her. And they had actually just found the best bloke in the world. And I feel like he should have gotten more money than he did.
Yeah, well, I think he'll be all right now.
Well, I looked. I now follow him on Instagram,
Right.
and you can see the moment when his Instagram turns.
Yeah.
When the show comes out, 'cause it's just like, oh, beach, beach, dog, dog, dog. Here's me talking to Mario Lopez.
Yeah, red carpet. this, that, yeah.
And now he's got like 300,000 Instagram followers. So yeah, he'll be fine. He was in an ad with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for a mobile phone company, I think.
Okay.
Something, you know, and the joke was like, oh, I still feel like there's cameras around me and I'm being watched. And then the company was like, well, we won't be checking up on you. Something like that.
Yeah, okay.
And Ryan Reynolds hugged him. So that's probably the best thing that's happened because of the show.
Okay.
Getting
Yeah.
a hug from Ryan Reynolds, I'd say.
Yeah.
A rainbow T-shirt in Target might not turn you gay.
Getting
but
a
hug from Ryan Reynolds might. So I am 100% confirming your recommendation of Jury Duty on Amazon
Good.
Prime. I would have liked the last episode to go a bit longer.
Oh, like the kind of behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, I feel like there also wasn't... I feel like the revelation to him could have been bigger.
Yeah.
His reaction wasn't big. Like they probably were like, well, what if he's just like, oh my God.
What if he
huge
flips
reaction.
out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I kept saying as we were watching it, it must have been so hard to cast because you've got to cast someone likable, but also potentially entertaining that isn't going to...
But someone that's going to be like outward and stuff, you couldn't be someone that's just like really quiet because then they're not going to...
They're not going to chat to people.
Yeah.
But also not too outgoing that they're going to almost steal the show.
Yeah.
Because if they just spent their whole time talking, there's no space for James Marsden's to be an absolute dickhead.
Yeah.
Or for that guy to fall when the shelves fall and he's injured. So they did very well in casting it. I wonder if they'll do another one.
That's what I was thinking, like, because I think it's been very successful.
Yeah.
And
It's the number one show on Prime at the moment.
I was like, but how can you? Because now are people then going to suspect that it is, especially if, you know,
If
there's
it's
so
jury
much
duty. Yeah.
ridiculous stuff.
Yeah.
Or do they do something else like that, but it's not jury duty? It's they're in some other sort of thing, but I don't know what that would look like.
Yeah, because jury duty, I think, is unique in that you are told you have to do it.
Yeah.
So if I just got a letter and said, oh, you've been selected to be that part of the crew that picks up paper on the side of the road, and then they're making a documentary, like that's not a thing that you are forced into unless obviously you're the criminal that needs to do the community service. And
it's an easy way to something to find out if you've done it before without sounding like that's a stupid question. You know, it's like, because going in, you're applying to be on a documentary about jury duty. So is it like getting asked on that questionnaire, have you done it before, isn't out of the norm? And they obviously want someone that hasn't done it because they'll be like, we weren't allowed to do this last time.
This is not how jury duty works.
Yeah.
James Marsden doesn't do jury duty.
I think the best person in the show, though, was the bailiff woman.
Yeah.
So funny.
But also, like, he still thought she was a real cop at the end.
Yeah.
It was all revealed. They're all actors. He's that, like, up even until, like, he saw the production booth with everyone in it. He's like, wait, you're not a cop?
The other fun bit that was hilarious is when they went out to eat or whatever.
Oh, and they went to Margaritaville. The T-shirt. Oh, my God. That's on Urban Dictionary now, that word.
Oh, really?
It wasn't a word before, but it's on Urban Dictionary now.
Oh, gosh. Something, I don't know. Shouldn't say it.
No, shouldn't. I'll get cancelled for a fictional word. One of my favourites was the old lady.
That kept falling asleep?
Yeah. And then when she had the Dexies or whatever, she was like, and the judge is like, are you going to stay awake? She's like, yeah. And then she's winking at the judge. I'm going to stay awake. My God. Craziness.
Oh.
So, yes, watch Jury Duty.
I have.
Okay? Listeners, watch Jury Duty. I recommended to you and the listeners, more the listeners though, to watch anything by Mike Flanagan on Netflix.
Yes. So I started watching The Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, that's the one I haven't watched yet.
The first one?
Okay.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It was just older than the other things I saw on his IMDb.
Yeah.
So I started watching it. Look, I'm not a fan of horror.
Yes.
I also won't fully judge it because I haven't got through the whole series.
Okay.
But a lot of it is what I don't like about horror.
Yeah, and we did say in our last episode, if you are a fan of horror, you will like this.
Yeah.
If you are not, you may not.
So the acting's pretty average.
Oh, really?
In this one.
Okay.
And I was like, no, I'm going to watch it at night and I'm going to focus and I'm going to knock it on my phone.
Yep.
But then it was like, oh, I've seen that guy in something before. So I had to get on my phone to look up who that woman was. And she was in Grey's Anatomy. And, it's like blah, blah, blah. So it's also, I think, very slow. And I think that there is a difference between building suspense
and being slow. Yeah.
Like, I've watched 5 episodes, and I'm pretty sure it's like a 10-episode series. 5's enough. Like, you could have got through...
There should be some scary shit by now.
There's these parents, there's 5 kids, 1 episode per kid, done.
I think the Midnight Mass one that I watched most recently, I thought that was a little bit slow in parts.
Yeah.
But there was an episode occasionally where, like, something happened... And you're like, oh, okay, I want to keep watching.
Yes,
because
that's what
of
it is. Yeah.
And I think in a movie, building suspense works better in a movie sense. I think it's harder to do in a, quote, limited series. Because people can switch off.
Yep.
Every hour you give people the opportunity to leave.
Yeah.
And so I think what he did probably better, and Midnight Mass is his third series, so he probably learnt a little bit. But also Netflix should be telling him that for series 1.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you have showrunners that are experienced. So, yeah, he put a couple of things at the end of a couple of slower episodes that make you go, ooh, fuck, shit's happening.
Yeah.
And makes you want to watch more.
There's just a couple of things that are a bit unbelievable. Like, one of the kids involved in this thing is not going to be a psychologist. You haven't sorted your own fucking shit out.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I'm just like, how can you be a child psychologist? And there's some weird thing and she touches things and she can see the future, or I don't know. It was a bit, I was like, I don't quite know what's going on with that. That's why I was like, I won't judge until I get to the end and maybe it'll explain it. But at the same time, I don't know if I want to get to the end.
So if you don't like horror, don't watch Haunting of Hill House.
And also, Henry Thomas is in it. Is he in any other ones?
Who's he?
The kid from E.T.
No, I don't think so.
He was a much better actor when he was 10.
Oh, yeah. I don't think...
He wasn't great.
Was Kate Siegel in it? You probably don't know.
No. Maybe.
Henry Thomas has been in 8 of Mike Flanagan's projects.
There you go.
He played Jack Torrance in Dr. Sleep.
Yes.
He was also in... So they were in Ouija. He was in Ouija, Origin of Evil, and in Gerald's Game, which is based on a Stephen King book, which I didn't know was Mike Flanagan. He played the young Hugo Crane in The Haunting of Hill House.
Yep.
Jack Torrance in Dr. Sleep, and was in The Haunting of Bly Manor.
Right.
He was in Midnight Mass.
Here you go.
Oh, he was in Midnight Mass. Yeah, right. But he was older.
Right. Okay.
Because of the way the story works, which I won't give you as a spoiler. And then he's been in something else.
Yeah, his acting's not great. None of the acting in it is particularly good, and also I don't really like any of the characters.
Okay.
So
don't watch it.
If you like it, you like it. I just wasn't a huge fan.
Okay.
Because it was slow. I kept like, it wasn't hooking me in, which is kind of, I think, what suspensey horror should do.
But I also think TV needs to do that now.
Yeah.
The pressure
you have to
on
give
TV,
me things so I'm not on my phone.
But also the pressure on TV, any actual form of visual entertainment these days, is to hook people. They have to be better at hooking people because I've got 8 subscription services.
Yes.
And the cinema. Like there's a lot of other things I could be watching other than a show that you haven't written well enough to hook me.
Yeah.
So we've said it before a number of times on Two Drink Cinema and all of our podcasts that if you don't hook me early, bad luck.
I got through 10 minutes of a show. I couldn't watch it.
And don't tell me, it gets good in episode 4.
Nope.
No. We've been criticised by people for only watching 20 minutes of Wednesday. It's like, but it gets so much better.
Yeah, but I might go back to that. But at the same time, no. Like I might have not been in the right mood for it.
But I've also got so much shit to watch. I haven't even finished The Good Place. Like, I've got so much... Yeah, I'm restarting it.
God.
I've got so much to watch that if half an hour of Wednesday doesn't grab me, I'm not going to give it all my time.
Also, I'm not just going to watch Wednesday because the world loved it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch half of the stuff that people think is great.
I haven't watched Game of Thrones.
I haven't watched Breaking Bad.
I haven't watched The Hangover.
I haven't watched The Haunting of Bly Manor.
All right, so that's our entertainment recommendations from last week wrapped up. There's a little format change. We're just going to talk about a couple of things each episode and keep you a weekly short chat.
Mm-hmm.
So I recommended something to do with football last week.
Yeah.
But now I'm also recommending going to the football as a neutral supporter.
Yeah.
Since we last recorded, I went to 2 games as a neutral.
Oh, nice.
Melbourne Collingwood, King's Birthday, and Richmond St Kilda, both at the MCG, which is great. So I also recommend just going to the footy at the G.
Yeah.
Because it's great. Going to the footy as a neutral supporter really allows you to judge the idiots that go to the football.
I was going to say that because last year I went to a neutral final. Was it Geelong
neutral
Collingwood?
finals are great.
Geelong Collingwood, I think. So the atmosphere is crazy and great. I didn't give a shit who won.
No.
So I don't really like either team.
Yeah.
And then I was there with a couple of friends, and I had a fair few more drinks than I do at a game that I'm invested in.
Did we go to that one together?
No.
I'm sure we went to... Anyway, yeah.
Maybe we weren't sitting together.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway. So last night at the footy that I went to, I was sitting... you sit in the general admin if you're going as a neutral, rather than I sit in a bay of one fan base.
Yep.
Because then there's a couple of Richmond supporters here, a couple of St Kildas here. One guy, I'm pretty sure, paid $30 to go to a footy game just to abuse Razor Ray Chamberlain.
I mean, it's money well spent. You're going to get a lot out of it.
From level 4, row R of the MCG.
You should have heard the people on level 1, row A, that we're doing it. So
everything that so there's 4 field umpires in a game of footy now.
Yeah.
Every decision that was made
was his fault.
Was, good input on the game, Razor. Or something that didn't happen. Ray, get in, make an impact on the game. To the point where behind me, I'm pretty sure there was a boyfriend and girlfriend, and the girlfriend was going to the footy for the first time with the boyfriend.
Right.
So I could have taken a photo of, that meme format where there's a guy explaining to a girl and the girl couldn't care less.
Okay, yeah.
I could have taken a photo of them.
Yeah.
She at one point turned to the boyfriend and said, which team does he play for? Because she thought this guy was abusing a player that had no impact on the game.
Yeah.
Which could have been Jack Revolt last night. He didn't do a lot.
He had a few score involvements.
Yeah, involvements. One of my favourite stats is goal surge. Have you heard that
stat?
one?
No, I haven't heard that one.
I've only heard it once. At some Bulldogs game once, it was like Marcus Bontempelli. Disposals, clearances, score involvements, goal surges.
Does that mean like you running towards goal?
I don't know. I looked it up, and I think it's like the big impact that results in a score.
Yeah.
But like, how far back do you do it?
Well, that's what I get with score involvements. It's like if you take...
If you're Tim English and you get the tap out...
Yeah, is that a score involvement?
Bont getting a clearance to Jamara who kicks a goal, is that a score involvement?
But then also if you're Tim English and you tap it to Shea Bolton who gets a clearance and kicks it to Jack Reebok and he gets a goal, is that a score involvement for Tim English?
Yeah,
it is, but not a good one.
not on his stat sheet though. So I recommend going to the footy as a neutral supporter. Footy's a great game. The MCG is a great venue, and it's a great atmosphere. And it's just good to listen to people be idiots.
Oh, okay. This people being idiots because I sit, as I think I said last week, I sit in the same spot for Richmond home games.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are now random people that pop up. Like, I'm like, I've never seen you two before. Where have you come from? And then it's like very critical of the people that have just come. But then you can't say they're fair weather supporters because it was raining a lot last night.
Can you say you don't even go here
to
those people?
So there was one point, and I was going on about how one of our players, Nick Floston, I'm like, he's a legend.
Yeah.
Like, amazing. He saves like so many goals tonight.
Oh, and he kicked a goal too.
Yeah, and he kicked a goal, right? Which he doesn't do because he's a backman.
Yep.
And then I was like, he's so good. And then one woman that was sitting behind us goes, oh, Nick Floston has done nothing tonight. And Mem and I just looked at each other like, what? And then I did that thing where you kind of talk out loud but not to them.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, I just looked up his stats. Mum, I just looked up Nick Floston's stats. She goes, oh, what are they? I go, oh, 20 disposals, 10 marks and a goal. That's pretty good, don't you think? Yeah, it's very good.
We were doing a little bit of that. The middle brother that I went to the footy with last week was doing a bit of that for the guy behind us that just didn't understand the rules well enough to be able to abuse the umpires.
Yeah.
Like if you know the rules and the umpires clearly miss something or call something wrong, you can yell something over the fence, right? But if someone gets the ball and is tackled as they're getting the ball, you cannot abuse the umpire and say that should be holding the ball.
Yes.
Because you obviously don't understand prior opportunity. Sorry to non-football fans that are listening.
Yeah.
But that goes for every sport. If you don't know the rules, don't abuse the people who are paid to enforce the rules.
I saw a TikTok.
They know it better than you.
I saw a TikTok. It's kind of like this. It's people don't know sport. And I nearly was going to report this person for being a dickhead, right? It was about netball.
Yep.
And this, I think, American guy was like, he had him and his green screen TikTok, and on that was like footage of the most boring parts of netball.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, I just discovered this sport. Apparently it's called netball. And it's like unseasoned basketball. And you can only be this. And I was just like, it looks so boring. And I was going to reply and go, you just discovered it and you think you know what the sport's about, mate?
But
and also you just showed, like, there's a player in the netball league. She's dominates. She's
Yep.
fucking 6'8" or something.
Yeah.
And she dominates. And all they showed were her getting these passes really close to the thing and getting the ball in. Like,
Not actually any of their
no
highlights.
kind of intercepts or contacty big collisions and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just like, mate, what are you talking about?
I think if you want to criticise something, you have to know something about it.
Yeah.
I find American football boring. But
Yeah, but I don't know
I'm not
the
going to say
nuances.
it's a shit sport.
Yeah.
Because the people that are into it love it and are really excited. And I don't get why it takes 45 minutes for 1 minute on the clock to pass.
Yeah.
But they do. And,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of people find baseball boring.
Yeah.
'Cause
a
it
lot
does
of
go
people
for
find sports
3.5
boring.
hours.
Yeah.
But I know baseball, so I know what's going on. I'd still
Yeah.
rather play than watch baseball. But anyway,
That's like, soccer. I'm not a huge fan of soccer.
I recommend knowing something before you criticise it.
Yeah, there you go.
What are you recommending this week?
I watched one of my favourite shows is back, Lee.
Yeah.
Black Mirror.
Oh, I am madly trying to catch up on 5 seasons of Black Mirror so I can watch 6.
Well, you don't need to. Because it's not a series. It's
Yeah,
like
I know.
isolated
Yeah,
shows.
but I still feel like I should watch them.
And I watched, so the new series came out. I watched the first episode, which has Annie Murphy in it,
Yep.
Schitt's Creek, and Selma Hayek.
Maybe I'll rewatch Schitt's Creek.
Maybe you should not. I recommend watching something new. Lee.
Okay.
God, it was good. It was a bit of a slow start. And I was like, where are they going with this?
Was it a long episode?
Oh,
Hour and a
not
bit?
really. No, less than an hour,
Oh,
like
okay.
50 something.
Yeah.
It didn't feel that long though. But it was very just classic Black Mirror. There's a normal thing and then they put a twist on it so your mind
technological
goes, oh my
twist.
God, this could really happen to me.
Yeah. I've watched...
And it's hard to kind of recommend something and talk about Black Mirror and I can't really say anything because I'll give it away.
If you like Black Mirror, you'll like Black Mirror.
But I think Annie Murphy was great.
Yeah.
Selma Hayek was hilarious because she's kind of playing herself.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it good to see Annie Murphy in something else?
Yeah, and at the start of it, I was a bit concerned she was just going to be the same, but then she was not.
Oh, good. The ones of Black Mirror that I like are the ones that make the comment that say the technology you love could fuck you up one day.
Yeah, which is kind of what... this is a bit as well.
So the one that Bryce Dallas Howard overrated Nepo Baby is in, where it's like the rating of each other and everything she does, she puts on what their episode's version of social media and gets 5 stars.
Yeah.
And then her rating plummets.
Yeah.
Like that's like saying that could fuck you up, the Instagram.
Yeah.
Right? Follow us on Instagram anyway. Or the one that I watched where it's the husband and wife and the husband dies and then she brings him back in like a chat,
Oh, yes.
then pays the upgrade for the phone, then pays the upgrade for the robot version.
Who's the woman in that? She was bloody good.
She plays Agent Carter in the MCU. And the husband plays General Hux in the new Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
That's not going to help you.
No, but I can picture
But I
it.
like the comment of that one because his robot is built from his social media profile.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like that he's too perfect because everything we post on social media is filtered and perfect.
Oh,
Except our TikToks. Sometimes I don't edit those too much.
Donald Gleason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is in Star Wars.
No, but it's just like, I know how to say it, but he's an actual person.
Yeah.
Outside of Star Wars, he's also in Harry Potter Lee. Like, come on.
Yeah, okay. So, and the other one is Agent
His dad
Peggy,
is Brendan Gleeson.
Agent Peggy Carter.
I just want to look it up because I know I've seen it and it's going to annoy the shite out of me.
So you're recommending watching Black Mirror if you've liked Black Mirror.
Oh, even if you haven't watched Black Mirror and you like, what should I watch? I've got an hour and you have to concentrate on it.
Yeah, I do. I watched one the other day.
It's freezing.
I watched one the other day in the daytime. That
Yeah.
wasn't right. The one where he gets the chip in him and then he's in the haunted house. I should have watched that in the dark.
Right. There was also one that was very good where it was like, oh no, I can't say much about that. That's a spoiler.
It's the guy that plays the new Captain
People
America.
were trying to kill her.
Oh, and the phones.
Have you watched that one?
And the recording on the phones.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good too.
Yeah. But no, latest one was kind of like, I can say the general premise of it. So she is just having a normal day.
Yeah.
Joan. The episode is called Joan is Awful. And she was just having a general day. And then she gets home and sees that there's now a show on, let's call it Netflix.
Okay.
That is called Joan is Awful. And it's Selma Hayek playing her.
Oh.
And it's legit like shot for shot her day.
Yeah.
But then kind of dramatized a bit for television.
Yep.
And then it kind of sends her into a bit of a spiral.
Oh, okay.
So it was very good.
So what do you reckon you've seen Hayley Atwell in then?
Probably that.
That episode of Black Mirror, because she's in Doctor Strange.
I was just saying she was very good in it, I think.
She's in Peter Rabbit 2, The Runaway.
That's it. I've seen her voice.
Yeah, she was the voice of Mittens.
Yeah, Mittens, definitely, Mittens.
Yeah. And she was also in Criminal UK.
I think looks like she's in the new Mission Impossible or something.
She's in Christopher Robin, as I assume Christopher Robin's mother.
No, I just think she was very good in it, in that episode, I think is what I was saying.
Yeah, she was.
I've seen her in it.
She is coming up in Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 and 2, and she's the voice of Lara Croft in the new TV series of Tomb Raider. But she hasn't got Angelina Jolie's tits. Any other quick recommendations before we wrap up?
I have a general question for you, which is something that popped up.
Yes.
It might put you on the spot a bit.
Oh, all right.
What would you say is the greatest acting performance in a superhero movie ever?
Oh. That is a bit on the spot. Acting performance in a superhero movie.
Not just Marvel, can be DC.
Can I have a week to think about it?
No, you have to answer it now.
Oh.
The next 10 seconds.
Before we run out of time. Christopher Reeve in Superman's pretty good.
Okay.
As a superhero, because Heath Ledger's Joker is very good.
Okay, well that's okay.
That's generally what people are saying, aren't they? Yeah.
So Variety did an article of the greatest the 62 best
why not?
performances of in superhero movies.
Oh no, hang on, Halle Berry in X-Men.
Well, now you spoiled it. And I think he was number one.
And I do think he's not number one because he's dead.
He's number one because he's very good.
Actually very good.
But do you know what number two is?
What?
Michelle Pfeiffer in Batman Returns.
Oh, yeah, she's very good there too.
Here, Michelle Pfeiffer, Batman Returns, number two. Number three is Michael B. Jordan in Black Panther, which is wrong because I thought he was awful.
Yeah.
Christopher Reeve in
What about Angela Bassett
Superman?
in Black Panther? Surely Angela Bassett in Wakanda Forever. It's the only MCU acting performance that's been nominated for an Oscar.
So Christopher Reeve is number 4. Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is number 5.
What about Richard Pryor in Superman 3?
Oh, I don't know.
No?
Alfred Molina in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, you said he was no good in Indy.
Well, he wasn't. And then, oh snap, your computer froze. Yeah, but I think Angela Bassett was number 10.
At least we got the top 5 in there. Yeah, I Angela Bassett should be higher. I mean, she did the thing.
She did a thing.
Yeah, she did the thing.
Also, the Tonys were on. Speaking of doing the thing,
yes,
Tonys were on during the week, and our friend
Ariana DeBose.
Ariana DeBose hosted the Tonys, and she had no script.
Oh,
so she's just like,
because,
good luck,
because
writers' strike,
writer's strike,
right?
Yeah,
and it was funny, and then. She was at one point she did the thing, and then she was like she'd written notes on her hand to say who was coming up next, And then she looks at her hand and goes, and I have notes that I can't read anymore, so please welcome to the stage whoever's coming up next.
Please welcome to the stage whoever walks out on stage now. That's it for this week.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've as I said, if you're listening to this on the 2 Drink Cinema feed, then click the link in the episode description to subscribe now to the 2 out of 3 recommend feed. We're going to have 2 podcasts every week. Wow. Good luck, everybody.
Wow, good luck us.
Good luck to our editing team. We recommend a fruit tangle.
Recommend.
Well done, Bilsons. And we'll be back next week with another drink and another couple of recommendations. Thanks, Brett.
Thanks, Lee. Padam.
Padam.
Padam, everyone. Happy Padam.
Happy Padam Pride.
Thanks for listening to 2 out of 3 Recommend. We would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which this podcast was produced and pay our respects to elders past and present.
If you'd like to support the podcast and become a member, gaining early access to episodes and an exclusive episode each month, sign up as a member using the link in the show notes.
If there's something you'd like to recommend to us, get in touch on the socials or in our Facebook group.
Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on your podcast app or on YouTube. Leave us a rating and review and tell your friends.